This is The Ultimate Fighter. Viewer discretion is advised. This season on The Ultimate Fighter, for the first time in its 10-year history, The Ultimate Fighter leaves Las Vegas and goes to South Florida.
A mansion for champions!
Two of the best MMA teams in the world compete for up to $500,000.
This season, so different than anything we've ever done before.
I'd rather just stomp them out.
1, 2, 3.
American Top Team, owned by Dan Lambert, will fight the Black Zillions, owned by Glenn Robinson. It's a head-to-head Ultimate Fighter competition between rival gyms with championship pedigree.
So if you have nothing to say, keep my name out your mouth.
Bro, I'll fight you.
And there's no love lost between the two owners.
It's embarrassing.
You are embarrassing.
You're the most unathletic guy in the room.
Dan's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Glenn's just a fat guy who makes tools.
This season, there's a lot of pressure. Each owner's gonna pick a fighter, and he will not know who the other guy picked until the weigh-in.
Which guy puts us in the best position to win this fight? But without knowing the matchup,
It's Jim versus Jim.
I'm next!
Owner versus owner.
Glenn's a phony douchebag.
I really don't have any respect for Dan.
I've never seen two human beings who do not like each other more than you two.
Only one team will win the prize and bragging rights to claim to be the best on their home turf.
So this season is the first time we've ever left Las Vegas, and we're taking it down to South Florida. Fighting isn't a team sport, it's an individual sport. But man, if there's ever been a season where it was a team sport, it's absolutely this season. We have the American Top Team versus the Black Zillions. And the weight is gonna be welterweight, 170 pounds, and these owners hate each other. I mean, they hate each other. And what's crazy is their gyms are only miles apart. And they're gonna battle it out on this season of The Ultimate Fighter to see which team wins.
Come on, Steve, move in, move in, move in, move in.
My name's Dan Lambert, one of the owners here at American Top Team. We've been around since 1995, but we formally became American Top Team in 2001. We have a lot of fighters. We have about 70 pro fighters here on any given day. We probably have a coaching staff of 15 guys.
Hi!
We've won a lot of fights and a lot of promotions, and we got a lot of fighters out there. We probably have about 40 guys in the UFC right now. We've had 5 shots at the UFC Gold, and always came up a little bit short. Robbie Lawler came through recently and brought home gold for us, so we're pretty excited about that.
New welterweight champion of the world! That's how you fight championship fights!
It's awesome to bring this belt back to ATT. It's going to show what kind of fighters we have at ATT. I'm not worried about what Black Zillions are bringing to the table.
I got a call from Dana one night, asked if we'd be interested in doing the Ultimate Fighter, our team against the Black Zillions. It was too good of an opportunity to turn down.
You know, you get coaches some seasons that don't like each other and have a beef, and they're gonna fight at the end of the season. These guys are never gonna fight, but man, they're never gonna like each other either.
Glenn Robinson was just a student. He thought it was cool and thought it was something that he liked, and he's got some money to his name and thought he could just buy some instant relevancy. So lo and behold, one day he just started offering guys money to leave and go form their own team and leave here. Go out and create your guys, develop your guys. Don't just go buy your guys.
Let's squeeze, go! Wait. Let's go, guys. Squeeze, 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 squeeze.
Breathe! You move, you breathe! You move, you recover!
My name is Glenn Robinson, and I put together the Black Zillions.
You never get tired, never! And your mother's strong! Get on top, 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 go, 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 go!
I've heard Dan make a bunch of comments. I mean, it's just not true. I was actually training Muay Thai at American Top Team. George Santiago and I became very friendly, and I was helping him. George introduced me to Jay-Z Calicante. George and Jay-Z introduced me to Danilo and Yuri Villafort. They needed help with things going on in their career, and it was okay. Dan got pissed off at me and banned me from American Top Team. The next thing that happened was Danilo, Yuri, JC, and George told me that they quit American Top Team. Simultaneously, I became friendly with Rashad Evans. I was starting to actually do some work with him. Rashad decided to leave Jackson's. So I said, well, there's 4 guys that just off American Top Team that have no one else to train with, so if you want to train with them, you're welcome. And he said, all right. Anthony Johnson soon came after him, as well as others. And eventually, the Blackzilians were born.
Johnson trying to finish his fight. Oh my goodness! That's it. It is all over. Just like that.
This team is amazing. The support that we have for each other and the love that we have for each other is undeniable.
It's fascinating this season because, you know, not only do you have to pick the right 8 fighters and you don't know who you're fighting until the weigh-in, you also have to worry about the point system.
Let's go, get back!
The first 12 fights, a guy can fight 3 times or a guy cannot fight at all. The first 4 fights are worth 25 points each. The second 4 fights are worth 50 points each. And the last 4 fights are worth 100 points each. The one with the most points at the end of the 12 fights wins $200,000. Then you're set up to go into the finale. In order for a fighter to be eligible to fight in the live finale, he has to have fought 2 times in the regular season. Whoever wins the fight in the finale wins $300,000 and the Tough Trophy. There's a lot of strategy involved in this season.
Me and the coaches spent a lot of time looking over the roster.
30 seconds!
We're gonna go with who we think gives us the best chance of winning the next fight. We're gonna bring him to the weigh-ins on weight at 170. We gotta get in everybody's head and let them know this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
Touch it, pop, boom. There you go.
This is about team and this is about pride, and you know, we want to show everybody that we're better than they are. You know, we want to put them in their place and let them know that, you know, you take the shortcut, you jump the line, you don't necessarily get to the front. So here's our 8 guys.
Grillo, tough, excellent grappler.
One of the aces we have, for sure.
I know who our guys are, and I'll put our guys up against anybody's young guys. We have Marcelo Faya, Grillo, who is as tough as he is crazy. He comes to fight.
Hyder, excellent striker. He can't knock out anybody there.
Hyder Hassan's already knocked out guys that they have at 170 on their team. He's got some real heavy hands.
Great attitude.
Speaking of great attitude,
that's it. That's it. This is the captain right here.
Nate Coy is just as tough as can be. He's an all-American wrestler, solid grinder. He's gonna break guys. Creepy Steve. Steve Montgomery's gonna give a lot of guys trouble. He's 6'4", which is a big dude for 170 pounds, and throw in the fact that he's a southpaw on top of that, that brings that to the table. Graves is really naturally talented. He's a difficult guy to take down. He just kind of disappears, and then all of a sudden you realize where he is, and he's on your back. He's just a guy that only has one speed, and that's go.
Saba, tough dude, aggressive, good striker.
Saba Hamasi, he's had some ups and downs in his career, but I think hopefully he's right at the point where he's going to put all of his tools together and show what he's really capable of. Put the question mark here, Uros. There's the question mark. Our greenest guy on our roster is probably Uros. He's got the physical tools to do it. He's raw, he's athletic, he comes to fight, and we're hoping for good things out of him.
Steve Carl, that's a veteran there. I think he got great attitude.
Steve Carl's a former WSOF champion, who's a very well-rounded guy and a good veteran. All right, we're all in agreement. We've got our 8 fighters. We've got a deep group of guys. We got a talented group of guys, and we're gonna win this show.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Myself and my coaching staff take a lot of pride in the team. We have great coaches, we have nutritionists, we have sports scientists, everything that's necessary for the athlete to go from where they are to where they want to be. There's a lot at stake. We're taking this thing real serious. We're the best team in South Florida because you're going to see that we have better fighters. I'm excited for the world to see that. The goal of today is to go over our roster of guys and to decide who our top 8 is going to be. What's at stake is beating ATT and making sure everyone in the world knows who's the better team.
If we start with Jason Jackson, probably one of the top cardiovascular shape, meaning fight shape ready.
Jason Jackson is a young athlete, and he's really everything an athlete's all about. You show him something once, that's it. He remembers it. I think it goes without saying, I mean, Bousquet is going to be one of the top 8. Luis Bousquet, he's been around for a while, got some great talent, and he's beat them all. Yeah, you're going to have to come with a shotgun or a shovel because you're not knocking him out without that.
Kamaru, too.
Olympic alternate, his work ethic is incredible, his wrestling is incredible. I think he has all the tools that are necessary, and I think he's a great leader.
Think about Andrews Nakahara.
Amazing stand-up. He's a world champion in karate. He's got some great skills. Banks, in or out?
I can't see how he's not in.
I think with an athlete like that, why not throw him into the fire?
Carrington Banks is a young kid, hasn't fought in about 2 years. He's got that wrestler's mentality, hard work, always training. What about Luque Vincente?
He's good. I put all my money on it.
Biggest growth from day one to now.
Him, by far.
Vincente has an incredible ground game. He's won a lot of tournaments. You're not going to see this kid moving backwards, and he's not afraid of anybody. You want to talk about Felipe?
Initially, when we brought his name in, was alternate, but he's been improving so much.
He's got some good stand-up skills, solid wrestling. He's got a good record. We're expecting him to really shock a lot of people. That brings us down to Baby Monster. Valdir, his ground game is great. He has a lot of power, and he's not afraid to mix it up. He's not going to back down from anybody. Everyone agree?
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah. It's exciting.
I'm proud of the people that we've chose. I'm proud of the people that are part of the team. It's going to show the world that we really are a well-organized team that is poised to kick everyone's ass.
Glenn's going to create this false narrative to make him look good because it's all about image with Glenn. You know, his whole story is I'm not going to deny that they're a legitimate team and they've got some good fighters. My problem is the way that they got their good fighters.
We don't buy fighters. They come here because we have great training. The friendship I built with these fighters, that's what this is all about to me. You don't know me. You don't know my fighters. I hate this man. In my head, he's garbage.
I'll bury the hatchet right now. Give me a hatchet. I'll bury it right between his shoulders.
We're here. We're here. For real, man.
See these killers we got on this boat?
Killers. Hell yeah. Time to take what's ours.
We're ready.
For me, this is my dream, to be chosen to represent American Top Team. It's like in the major leagues. If you ask anybody who they want to play for, they want to play for the Yankees. American Top Teams is the Yankees of MMA game.
The opportunity for all of us to do what we started fighting to do is right in front of us.
We gotta stick together.
We do, for sure.
You know, we're a team, we're a family. If we gotta put it on one of these guys, we're gonna put it on one of them.
Hell yeah.
I know when I step in the cage with one of them, you know, I'm trying to take something home. The rivalry between the Black Zillions and American Top Team, it's just, when you have two teams in close proximity like that, there's definitely tension's gonna brew.
That's it right there, boys.
Yep.
That's a house! Damn, look at that! A mansion for champions!
Holy people really do live like this.
Welcome home, boys. Home.
Dude, hell yeah.
Ridiculous. I'm gonna get lost in here. I'm already lost.
It's more than just a mansion. It's a castle on the water, just immaculate views. It's just one of the most beautiful homes I've ever been to.
Guys, let's be nice and try to save some stuff for the Black Zillions, okay?
Wow.
This thing is huge, man.
When I saw the opposite team for the first time, you definitely suck in, or just you go through a roller coaster of emotion. These are guys that you are going to fight.
The initial reaction was a little bit of awkwardness, tension, competitiveness. You could tell everybody was semi-sizing each other up, but at the same time, not necessarily trying to be seen sizing the other up.
They got a couple lightweights on their squad that I don't believe are going to be very good matchups. We're a pretty big team.
Stare them right down.
Take care of business.
Good morning, boys. What's happening? Good morning. Let's gather around down here, boys.
Seeing Dana White was like the most surreal experience ever. That just got all my juices going, man. I was ready to fight right there in the living room.
Welcome to South Florida. This season is different than any other season we've ever done. This season, it actually is about the team and not the individual. Two of the best teams in the business, the American Top Team and the Black Zillions. More than bragging rights are at stake here. The winning team can win up to $500,000. Never happened on any season before. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been busting your ass for a long time. Like I said, even though this is all about the team, at the end of the day, it's about fights. You have the opportunity, you'll be fighting for the first time in front of millions of people. Work your ass off, dig deep, and when you step into that octagon, you fight your ass off like you've never fought before. Every time you get in there and you get that opportunity to fight, get in there and put on a show. Make everybody know who the you are. That's how it works, man. It's that easy. All right?
Yeah.
Another thing that makes this season very interesting is there's no love loss between the two owners of these teams. I don't know if I've ever seen two human beings who do not like each other more than you two. The way that this is gonna work is I have this coin, American Top Team, Black Zillions. Whoever wins this coin toss has home gym advantage for the first fight. After that, the winner of each fight keeps home gym advantage. This season, so different than anything we've ever done before because it never happens. You're usually always in the Ultimate Fighter gym. If you win the fight, it stays in your gym, it's your place, it's where you're used to training, and when you come from the American Top Team or the Black Zillion team, you're going into hostile territory. All right, I'm gonna flip the coin. Black Zillions. You guys get home gym advantage for the first fight, and you have to win to keep home gym advantage.
Enjoy it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Ultimate Fighter. All right.
I'm glad that this rivalry created an opportunity for every single one of us to do Glenn some justice and do ourselves some justice.
1, 2, 3.
All right, guys, listen up for a minute. I'll keep this brief. This is obviously us against them, ATT Black Zillions, right? But at the end of the day, this thing can go in any number of directions. Certain guys might get dinged up, somebody might get sick. There's no restrictions on who fights when or how many times a guy fights. Not everybody even has to fight. Whether you win or lose your first fight doesn't mean whether you can fight again or not.
In the previous Ultimate Fighters, you knew you were fighting. You knew you were fighting that first day to get in the house. You knew if you kept winning, you're gonna keep fighting. Now things are different. If I didn't get a chance to fight, I would definitely be upset, but I would also, you know, still be as encouraging as I possibly could to my other guys and still train them and still help them.
You're here to represent your team, but you're here to change your lives.
If I don't get the chance to fight, it'll probably be one of the worst things to ever happen to me, but I've got full confidence in myself to just go out there and destroy.
It's awesome, man. I'm excited.
At the end of the day, we're gonna win the show. We're not gonna quit. We're gonna come hard. We're gonna keep coming. We wanna win every fight from here on out. That's the way we're gonna prepare. That's what we're gonna expect. It's a great opportunity and everybody thrives on it.
What up? Hey, everybody, that's what I'm talking about. Hey.
The team came over to my house tonight to watch Anthony Johnson beat up Alexander Gustafsson. Anthony is one of the members of Team Black Zillions. He's fighting in the co-main event that goes for a title eliminator. God willing, he'll win.
5 rounds in the UFC.
At the Black Zillions, we have a ton of superstars. We've produced guys such as Anthony Johnson. A lot of guys don't realize how destructive he is in that cage.
Be aggressive, AJ.
Hit him with the side kick.
Oh, yeah. Teamworks to evolve. Gustafsson's in trouble. Big right hand just missed.
Anthony was just, you know, tore him apart.
Anthony Rumble Johnson as advertised.
To see Anthony go from being cut to destroying Gustafsson and fighting for the title is amazing. This time, the whole system works with a point system. 25 points for the first 4 fights, 50 points for the next 4, and then 100 for the following. Most out of 700 wins. The way the point system works, you can win 8 fights and then still lose the competition.
We're gonna do 30 minutes drill, and then after that we do some techniques, some ground and pound, stuff like that. All right? Booga.
We were deciding, do we want to go with a heavy hitter?
All the way up.
Or go more wrestler. So we're trying to decide how to play this round out, and we had a lot of back and forth about it. The interesting part of the season is you don't know who you'll be fighting until the day of the weigh-ins. When we come out there to fight, we come out there to press you, push you, and fight you.
Pick it up. Pick up the job then.
We're not coming to dance, we're coming to fight.
Go.
Just drill, keep tight only. Let the guys on top work.
The coaches are gonna decide who's gonna fight and everything, but I would fight first or I would fight last. It doesn't matter to me. I'm here for the team and to bring the win for the team.
Control my leg, stretch back, break his grip.
10 seconds, move. Let's go.
I'm only living by 3 codes. Whoop ass, cash checks, and take gold. That's all.
Tomorrow we all have to go to the office after practice to decide who is taking the first fight. 1, 2, 3, practice!
What's up?
What's up, man? You're up nice and early most mornings, huh?
Yeah, I can't sleep past 7:30.
I have an idea of who I think ATT is gonna put out. Watching how they carry themselves, how they eat. I was almost confident that Michael Graves was going to be their first pick. And then Nathan Coy started to emerge.
I'll fight as many times as I am needed for this team. I'll go all 12 in a row, ready to bang. I wanted to look at each one of them in the face and let them know that we're here to fight. This is our city, this is our state, our world, man. American Top Team is #1.
Some of you guys here need some time to recover. Just make sure you get to your 100% out of this thing here. Some decisions are made about the first week.
There's 12 fights in this show and there's 8 fighters. So at least 4 guys are gonna fight twice. Now for the finale, the only restriction on the finale is you can only fight somebody who's fought 2 times. So our strategy on winning the show to try to get the money, we're gonna go with our 4 best guys pretty quickly.
The first fight, Mike Graves.
We choose Mike because, #1, he's a well-rounded fighter. I mean, all the guys are, but I think he's more than ready to go.
We want to get this show back on our turf and have the next fight be at our gym, so we went with who we think's our top guy right now, and that's Michael Graves. He's a young kid, but he's got all the confidence in the world.
All you. It feels really good to be representing American Top Team. And it also feels really good that they picked me first. You know, it says a lot about how they feel about me and what they think I'm capable of. These are legends, you know, Lebo and Conan, and all these guys have been around forever, working with the best. So if they think that I can go in there and get work done, honestly, I think it says a lot.
Don't forget that when you train, you have to think about this. Do not forget that you are all teammates, that you not fight each other. You're not compete against each other, all right?
Mike's fight's a week away, but the week 2 first guy is a week after that. So whoever's name didn't get called right now, you still better be ready quick.
Boys, let's go get this.
Yes.
We're the best team in the world. We're gonna prove that, all right?
Let's go. We are. Who's the best team in the world? ATT! Who's the best team in the world? ATT! 1, 2, 3. ATT!
base in martial arts is wrestling, but I kind of classify my style as madness. It's kind of all over the place, both on the ground and on the feet. When I was a kid, I was just fighting just to fight, just to compete, just to have some fun, make a little side cash, and now I have a fiance who's expecting our first child in May. Things have definitely gotten serious.
Graves came to us a long time ago. I think he's probably been here for 5 years or so. He was just a little kid. I think he may have had one amateur fight. He needed to get to a bigger place that had better guys to push him because he was pretty much beating up everybody at his smaller gym every day. He started with our amateurs, and he's won all of his fights. And from day one, he started giving guys trouble, even established UFC guys, because he's really unorthodox. And he's an anaconda when he gets a hold of you in a scramble.
I was thinking maybe that Jason
Jackson was good. Your wrestling is better, your jiu-jitsu is better, you know, your striking, you can't hang it in there.
I don't think that it's going to be an easy fight, but I'd like to fight their best guy, their captain, or whoever it is, and just take him out, send him a message, first fight.
Whoever will come, and you're going to deal with it.
Ah, it smells so good. The only thing we got to cook with is coconut oil, and of course it's Black Zillion. They put their names on it.
That, we're sharing that, bro. I don't give a There may be psychological warfare in the house between Black Zillions and American Top Team. We all want to stomp the out of this team.
They didn't even order meat like that. Like Black Zillion, all these top sirloins. I'm pretty sure Nate ordered it. A couple more of our guys did. They did.
Well, I'll start writing ATT on all this, bro. Kept throwing those eggs.
I didn't do it to all of them.
It's not like you can't scratch it out and put ATT over.
Or just write it on the egg.
When it comes down to it, punching a Black Zillion in the face is truly a blessing.
Even worse, those left dishes in the sink after we cleaned up this kitchen hydrant. It's war.
All right, so we made some charts of all the ATT guys, the records of the people that they fought. You just need to go through who's gonna be in the first fight.
We got everything under control.
Tonight we had a meeting with the coaches that are here, and George Santiago and Greg Jones, who are in Sweden for Anthony Johnson's fight.
Buscapé is the best option because he has more experience than anyone over there.
More importantly, I think we need someone that's going to have a lot of poise for that first fight, someone that's not going to shy away from the bright lights and the cameras and things like that.
Kamaru, I think he neutralized the wrestler really well. Right now is probably the best time to fight him because it's early. I think we should at least talk to him about it, see what's what.
You want to get Kamaru? He might have some very serious feelings on what he'd rather do. Hey, come over here, sit down. You guys roll down?
What's poppin'?
Would you want to fight this early?
What do you really think in your heart? You can go to the first fight?
Let's do it.
You want to do first fight?
Yeah.
Great. We picked Kamaru for the first fight because we knew he could handle it. Whether they go with a striker or with a tall wrestler. Kamaru could break anybody. You can put your best guy in there and Kamaru's going to break him. Kamaru never walks in there thinking he's going to lose.
I think that Kamaru gets it done, and it's going to be a 2-round decision. He's going to ground and pound him out. The fire is there, and it's just waiting to jump it off.
So we went over it, we spoke with George and with Greg in Sweden, and decided that Kamaru was going to fight the first fight. Obviously, you guys know that this is secret.
Deception is the name of the game.
Someone else should act like they're getting ready for the fight so that they can't figure out who to get ready for.
No matter what was talked about before, about when you're going to go or when you would like to fight, be ready to fight at all times. Because if they throw something in as far as a different strategy or they have a little bit momentum or whatever the case may be, we got to be able to counteract that by putting a likely challenger up to somebody they may have. As a fighter, we all know the physical is the easier part. We do this every day. We can do this in our sleep. But it's that 6 inches right between the ears, mentally.
You're here to win. You're here to show the UFC that you belong here. I hope that hits home for them in a way that kind of ignites that fury, ignites that hunger.
I definitely want to be that guy to energize the team, getting this rolling. Everybody knows once a boulder's rolling down the hill, it's almost impossible to stop.
Blackzilian on 5.
On 5?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Blackzilians!
Father, I just want to thank you for another day of life, the gift you blessed me with. Father, I pray that you continue to bless my family, my father, my mother, my brother, my sister, my daughter. Thank you for everything you do for us. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. I was born in Nigeria. I was there till about 8 years old, raised in Arlington, Texas. As a wrestler, I competed in college. I was chasing the Olympic dream, and so I moved over to Colorado Springs at the Olympic Training Center to pursue that dream.
At a certain point, he decided that he just wanted to convert over to MMA. So he left the Olympic Training Center to be part of our team. And Rashad Evans opened up his heart and his house, and he moved in there.
I'm fighting for my future, my life, my family's future. I'm fighting for financial security for my daughter.
Fighter, are you ready?
As a fighter, I love to compete. I would go through hell to win this fight.
Come on. That Nigerian nightmare. Smile.
You can say who you want to fight, and it doesn't mean anything. You go to the weigh-ins, they pick who they pick, we pick who we pick. You don't prepare for one particular guy, you just get yourself as best you can, and you see who they throw up at you.
We beat these guys all the time, so it's nothing, you know.
Man, Graves is a beast. You know, I've known him now for a few years since he's been with ATT. He's one of those guys that truly excels under pressure.
Finally at the big dance. I think if I fight Busquets, I'm gonna try to be more like Chucky Mursada style, just like tight on my feet, establish my jab, wait, try to find my cross in the knee. You know, I think this guy after a little bit on the feet will look to rush me, try to grab me, push me against the cage, muscle me down.
I don't really care who they put in front of me. I came here ready to fight.
Come on, man, you're looking good.
Came here to fight, came here to win.
Why we're here.
The other team might have expected Luis Buscapé to be the first guy, but the problem that they ran into now is the fact that we're putting me out. And so whoever they put up, I will beat on him for 2 rounds. I'm gonna take him down, and I'm gonna beat him up. Or if he wants to stand, I'm gonna beat him up. So they've kind of ran into a no-win situation this first fight.
Guys, get here, come here. All right, first fight, now home. So we gotta make sure we're gonna deliver. I know you guys can make it, you know?
Today is all about this weigh-in. It's all about Kamaru. It's all about the support to Kamaru. It's all about us all taking our energy and giving it to him.
My teammates have what it takes to beat anybody on their team.
All right, let's bring it in.
We're good, but it's our house.
Guys, let's
right?
go.
It is our house.
It is our house.
1, 2, 3.
What's at stake for us is our pride. We hold our heads high, knowing that we come from top team, knowing the individuals that surround us. I feel like I'm ready to fight anybody in the world.
I don't feel pressure at all. I'm just ready to go out there and get the ball rolling. This is the fight that's going to set the tone for how the season is going to be.
Welcome to the first weigh-in. We have Dan from the American Top Team, and we have Glenn from the Blackzilians. Who will represent your team for the first fight? Please step forward.
Step up, Graves.
Let's go, Mikey. Get it.
I was a little surprised I didn't go with Bousquet because he's got a lot of experience and also brings a similar game where he's going to try to get on top and control. But I think it's a good fight for Mike. I think Mike matches up well with all those guys, which is why we picked him first.
American Top Team, step up to the scale. You'll be first to weigh in.
Michael Graves is probably the top 3 most talented guys on their team. He's a very tough wrestler. He's fearless, and he will definitely go out there and try to make something happen. But I'm not going to accept defeat.
170. Blackzilian fighter, step up to the scale.
As far as the dangers that Cameroon has, he's an athletic wrestler. He doesn't have too much power behind his punches. He uses his punches really to just set up his takedowns.
170.
He's really looking to just secure time, but Graves is a very dynamic fighter. We have tons of confidence in him, and we know he's going to get the job done.
Okay, fighters, step up. Your face off.
As I look at this thing, I look at the Blackzilians, and they're bringing in a really good wrestler in Usman. I think that they're looking to come in, push a guy against the fence, or lay on top of him and get that easy 2-round win. The American Top Team seems to have a better strategy. They're bringing in a guy who's a good wrestler, he's got good submissions, and he's a striker. He can win anywhere. But you never know. We'll see how this thing plays out.
It seemed like Michael Graves did not want to make eye contact with Kamaru, and Kamaru was just doing his thing. He's got that factor that says, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you bring, I'm going to beat you.
The eye contact between Glenn and Dan was the real stare down. Dan's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Glenn's just a fat guy who makes tools. I think it was pretty obvious who would win that fight, and I think Dan should challenge Glenn to a jiu-jitsu match and see who the real martial artist is.
Kamaru is basically a grinder. He's a wrestler, throws long, looping punches to set up his clinch or his takedown or to hold you against the cage and to get a takedown from there. I don't think he's got much jiu-jitsu, and I'll come home with the win.
Stuff the head now. Stuff the head.
Stuff the head. Hips over. Sprawl, sprawl. Hips, sprawl, sprawl.
Michael Graves is a heck of a fighter. Well-rounded, good wrestling, good striking. He's a big 170-pounder, and he has a gas tank, and he's going to be hard to deal with.
Well, shoot with the head that way. If you shoot it with the head this way. Everything was the head that way. We're going over strategy. You know, a lot of takedowns of fans, a lot of strategy on the ground, things that probably the guy's going to try to do on him in terms of submission. And Mike is ready. Now, from there you want to take the back. There you go. That's his takedown. You know, that's what he does. You know.
I think all of our guys have the training that they need. I think they've been put in pressure situations against high-level guys like Robbie Lawler.
Get this here, so he can't follow you because you kick out.
But at some point in the fight, Graves is going to get his position, and then we're going to have to see how Kamaru deals with it.
Mike, he really thinks that you're just a grappling guy. He can't understand that you're a tough son of a bitch, that you're going to be hanging in there, you're going to be in his face. He thinks it's going to be easy. He really thinks that, man, I got this. That's a big, big, big advantage. That's a mental game right there.
Michael Graves is a great stand-up guy, but he ran into the wrong guys. If he's smart, and if his coaches have told him about me, he knows about me. He knows what I possess, the type of skills that I possess. And he knows that I'm a direct counter for the style that he fights and the way he fights.
Michael Graves has got some strong stand-up, and he's got some quick submission skills, but he's still young and has to tie it all together. He hesitates, and timing is the key. As long as you can time a fight with him properly, you'll beat Michael Graves.
I'm gonna do as I do. I'm gonna take him down. I'm gonna finish him probably first round. Or he's gonna just cut out a 2-round beating. It's gonna go one-sided. Yes.
Are you gonna give me trouble, Hyder?
I'm a whole can of trouble, bro.
That looks good, bro. I'm very confident in my ability and my teammates' ability to perform and to win their fights.
I respect a lot of my opponents. You need an opponent. You need an enemy. Without an enemy, how do you know who you are?
I think it's gonna get a lot worse in here once fights start, happening, because we're gonna take control. ATT, we're ready for everything.
I like to keep myself humble. I like to think that anything can happen in a fight because it can, but
absolutely.
I'm pretty confident when I get in there, you know what I mean?
Graves is dealing with the pressure the way he always deals with it going into a fight, so he's dealing with it pretty well. He's a tough guy mentally and physically. He's very well-rounded, and he's only improving every day, so I'm not worried about that matchup. He could definitely submit Kamaru. Go time.
Yes, sir.
I think it's probably more important for Graves than anybody else on the team to get started well, get off on the right foot, do well on the show. If he gets his confidence up, he gets comfort, he gets a comfort level, he's going to be a tough guy to beat.
Roll out. Roll out.
I definitely think the home gym advantage thing makes a difference, but I also think I can flip it on them. There's a lot more pressure in their backyard to come home with that win.
If you put pressure on him, he will break.
I think he's underestimating me a little bit. Honestly, I think he's possibly maybe looking past me. Off the mat, I'm not that social of a guy, so not many people really know who I am, but I spend my time in the gym, dedicating myself to my craft.
This first one, baby. Let's get it.
They have to come out right away out of the gates and throw out their strong guy and bring the home gym advantage back to their side. Unfortunately, they're facing me, and there's no way I'm letting them take it back over.
What's this dude like? Wrestler who likes to kick. That should be easy work then if he just want to kick. Let's see him kick from that back foot.
Yeah. I've studied every guy on their roster. Michael's definitely a talented kid, don't get me wrong. And he's very good at controlling the distance and the range against lesser opponents. But I'm not a lesser opponent, and I'm gonna go in there and definitely show that.
Obviously to them, Kamaru is probably their biggest, baddest wrestler, and we're looking for Mike to take him down and crush him and just make a statement to their whole team.
You and him.
This first fight's important. It may only be 25 points, but there's a lot more than that riding on it. Usman's not the most polished guy from an MMA standpoint because he's still a young guy, and that's the type of guy that could get into trouble against somebody like Graves.
If you stay close, he can kick. Okay?
There's not a doubt in my mind that the Blackzilians are not going to be victorious.
But there's a bunch.
Dan might not want to face it, and he could talk all kinds of smack, but I can guarantee you we will be the ones that will be smiling, and Dan's going to be telling you why they lost. ATT will go home with sorrow on their face. It's a fact. It's an absolute fact.
The coach is picking me first. Definitely says something to me. Everything that I have on my shoulders right now, I can either go in there and piss down my leg and let the guy just take it from me, or I can spin it in reverse and do the exact same thing to him.
I'm better at what I do than he is at what he does. This is what I've earned. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna take care of business, and I'm gonna come out and say, guys, that's how you get it done. Now let's keep going.
The energy inside that gym, I've never seen anything like it. They're chanting, they're cheering, they're going crazy. Tremendous amount of pressure on these fighters that have to go in and perform and win for their team. Kamaru is a really good wrestler, and Graves is a stand-up fighter. Graves is undefeated, but he's never gone in against a guy with these type of wrestling credentials. So this is the classic wrestler versus striker, and we'll see how this thing plays out.
fighter, let me remind you, this is 2 5-minute rounds. At the end of the 2 rounds, if there is a tie, there'll be a sudden victory 3rd round. The winner of that round will be declared the winner of the fight. Obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Hook him up, come out ready. Ready, let's do it!
Step up, do that again, fool!
Right back up, Mikey!
Dig under!
Touch him up, Mikey! Don't grab the cage! Don't grab the cage anymore! Don't grab.
Make him miss. He's going to try to shoot. Make him pay for every time.
Okay, corners out. Corners out. Let's go, corners out. John Jones at arm, Mike. John Jones at arm. Ready? Fight.
I think we're going to a third.
Jump, jump, jump. Show you fresh, you fresh, you fresh.
Be ready, be ready, be ready. Be ready.
No third round.
We have the judge's decision. Judge 1 scores the fight, 20-18. Judge 2 scores the fight, 20-18. Judge 3 scores the fight, 19-19. The winner on a majority decision, Kamaru.
Ready, let's do it!
They came out in round 1. We expected Usman to be pushing for the takedown. We thought that Graves would have the better stand-up. The stand-up was actually pretty even.
Michael was landing some kicks and Kamaru was countering with some hooks. Kamaru ended up landing a takedown. Michael got back to his feet, clinch up a bunch of times, but Kamaru basically controlled the entire round.
I thought Usman's wrestling, pulled that round out for him. Come out in round 2, more of the same on the stand-up. It was back and forth. Usman hit a couple takedowns, but wasn't able to control Mike on the ground. Mike sprawled on a takedown late in the round, was able to get Usman's back. We thought he had it locked in there at one point.
Get it, Mike. Oh, he's got it. That's in there.
Michael had his back, but Kamaru was patient. We weren't really too worried because we know that Kamaru knows how to defend himself on the ground. So Kamaru shook him off, landed in side control, bunch of nice ground and pound, and that's the way the round ended.
After the result, I feel content. I'm happy with what it's doing for my guys. To go out there and get the first fight and set the tone that, no, we're not gonna lie down for you. We're gonna fight.
Call you out. I'm next. You I'll knock you out too, bro. What? I'm next. What? I'm next. I'll go again. I'll go again for you. Don't talk now. I'm next.
In the cage.
I'm disappointed the fight didn't get to see a third round. I thought Graves did enough. At the end of that fight, Mike had an opportunity to jump to his feet and not accept bottom position for the last 30 or 45 seconds of that fight. And he didn't take advantage of it, he accepted it. That's on Mike.
One fight, guys. We got 11 more. 11 more.
After the fight, I was upset. I would, of course, have liked it to go into a third round and a fourth round and a fifth round and a sixth and a seventh if need be. Just keep it going until somebody stops, but that's not the way it goes.
Neither one of these guys fought like they really wanted to win this fight. They both fought like, I'll do just enough to barely win or just enough to barely lose. I'm looking for guys that are gonna go in and go for broke. This is the first fight. You're trying to win for your team. You're trying to get the first win. Bring this fight back to your home gym. Get that home gym advantage. These kind of fights frustrate me. I hope to see guys going for broke in the second fight.
At the end of the fight, the Blackzilians have 25 points. They retain the home gym advantage.
Our house is #1, and we'll do it again.
We're all proud of you, bro. You fought like G. You fought hard. The best part is, man, you're healthy, and we're gonna need you again for the next rounds, man. Keep your head up, bro. You're a soldier, bro. They might have won the battle, but they didn't win the war,
He's pissed off, he's bummed out, he's depressed. Good. Use that, let that motivate you, let everybody else be pissed off and depressed, and let it motivate them, and go train hard and get ready to come back.
Hide and screaming trash. I'm next, I'm next. What do you mean? You're next to lose?
I said he was next. So tomorrow, go again.
You look good.
You look good. This was the plan, for me to come in here and get my team going, get that first big win. This just hopefully gets my team fired up, gets the momentum going, and we just keep it rolling.
Rest, recover, repeat.
Hey, today we celebrate.
On the next episode of The Ultimate Fighter.
I have a real sour taste in my mouth for the Blackzilians after today.
ATT tries to regain home gym advantage.
They have one experience that they just share together, one. We have countless. They look after each other's backs. When you go to war, to fight in a cage, it's the same thing. Confidence is deadly in this sport.
I want to smash them down.
I'm ready to take on the whole team.
And at the weigh-in,
I don't think Glenn knows anything about this sport.
it's not just the fighters facing off.
What's with the tough guy look? Makeup artist would kick your ass. It's embarrassing,
You're
man.
embarrassing.
You're the most unathletic guy in the room.
Dan and I don't like each other. I hate him.
How about you go yourself?
Got an office here that's private. We can go discuss it.
We're about to brawl right here, both teams.